For evaluation question 4, I'll be answering how did you use media technologies in the construction and research planning and evaluation stages? I use many different types of media technologies in all processes and stages of the development of my film and ancillary tasks. The first section I shall discuss is the research and planning stage. I use lots of different technologies to help me research and plan my film, but my main one for this stage would be the use of a laptop and the use of Google as my main search engine when researching and looking for inspiration from already made films. Not only did I use Google to search for information and images, but I also used it to access other sites. For example, another big part of my research was the use of YouTube to watch clips from films for inspiration and also to analyse them to help me ensure I knew what I needed to do in order to make a good thriller film. YouTube was a really good way to access other films easily so that I could take the inspiration from them to further my understanding of films and what's expected from them. Another good use of YouTube was because I was able to upload my videos onto it and then to link them to my blog on WordPress easily. Once I'd done my research, I would use software such as Microsoft Word and PowerPoint to plan either scripts to film later on or as a way to present my findings to readers. I used these two softwares for writing as they were easy to use and present my work well in a professional and easily understandable way. I would then use a platform online to present my final work. For this I used WordPress, which is a blogging style website. This website ensured I was able to keep my work looking professional, but also to present it in a way in which it was easy to read from and access anywhere. Another thing I did for my research and planning was to film myself telling the audience about my findings. I did this as it was a more creative and aesthetically pleasing visual way to present my work to my viewers. This was also why WordPress was such a good platform to present my final work on, because it was easy to use but also supported my videos, so that the viewers were able to view my videos from my blog as well as YouTube. To film my interviews and research, I used a DSLR Canon camera EOS 100D. I used this camera as it had excellent camera quality to film on, therefore my videos looked more professional. I also used my iPhone 6s to film some of my audience research because the camera quality was good, but also made it easier to film with as I tended to have it on me at all times. It is also smaller and more portable than the full DSLR camera, therefore making it ideal to film audience research on. For the construction of my ancillary tasks and final media product, I use 4 main softwares: Adobe Premiere Pro, Adobe After Effects, Adobe Photoshop and also GarageBand. To edit my videos and final film, I used Premiere Pro as it was easier to understand and use, but also enabled me to easily edit clips together, add music, transitions and effects to make my videos and final film look the best and as professional as possible. For my music, I used GarageBand again because it was easy to understand, but it also enabled me to experiment and test different sounds and patterns together before having to finalise my soundtrack for my film. Not only did I use GarageBand for my music, but I also decided to add some dialogue into my film. I did this again by using a Canon camera, but also attached a special mic to the camera to ensure the speech was in the highest sound quality possible. I again used Premiere Pro to edit the sound and add it to my film. Finally, for my ancillary task, my film poster and magazine front cover, I used Adobe Photoshop. Once I'd taken my images for these tasks using my Canon camera, which I have previously mentioned, I then uploaded them to this software to edit the images, but to also add text. I chose Photoshop because it gave me great opportunities to edit my images in multiple ways, to change the colourings and add effects to enhance my chosen images, but also it let me add different text easily to make them fit the requirements of the poster and magazine. Photoshop was very easy to understand and use. It has lots of different tools to help make your final work look as presentable and professional as possible. Therefore, this is why I decided to use it as my main software for my ancillary tasks. When making my final film, I also had to have titles for my film. I designed, edited and finalised my titles in the software Adobe After Effects. This software took some time to understand, but once I was able to understand the basics, I then went on to develop professional looking titles and logos to use in my film. After Effects was also very good to use, as I was then able to easily export my work and import it onto my film work on Premiere Pro. By having this compatibility between the different software, it made it easier to edit all of my work together. This is why I chose to use Premiere Pro as my main editing software, because I was able to edit all my work on one software altogether for my final film. For my evaluation, I started off by writing out my work on Microsoft Word because it was easy to use and a good way to store my work safely. I then went on to filming myself reading out these already pre-written scripts in front of a camera because it was a more creative way of expressing my opinions, but also made it easier for the viewers as they wouldn't need to read through pages of work. Instead, they could just watch it. For my final evaluation videos, I used my Canon camera to film them instead of my phone. This is because my evaluation videos and also my final film needed to have the best visual quality possible, but also to ensure that the sound would be better enhanced on the camera compared to the phone. Therefore, it would sound better for the audience. I also wanted my final film to look the best quality possible, have the best sound quality possible, but overall look professional.